10 grams protein.
ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಕೊಡಿಸ್ರ ನೋಡು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 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 ಮಾ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಇವಾಗ ನೀನು ಬರಬೇಕಾ? ನಿಂಗೆ ಭಯ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಯುಗಾದಿ ಹಬ್ಬ. ಸೊ ನೀವೇನು ನಮ್ಮ ಡ್ಯೂಕ್ ಮನೆಗೆ ತಂದಿರೋ ವೀಡಿಯೋ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ ಹಬ್ಬದ ದಿವಸ, ನೀವು ಹಬ್ಬದ ದಿವಸ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ನನಗೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇವತ್ತೇ ಹಬ್ಬ. ಲಾಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಮ್ಯಾನ್. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಬಟನ್ ಹೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಅನ್ಲಾಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಗಾಡಿನೂ ಆನ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಆನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಏರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡೌನ್ ಇತ್ತು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ. ಏರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊಡೆದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಗೀನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನೂ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಪೂಜೆದೆಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗೆ ಇದೆ. ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡೋಣ. ಸೈಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಡಿ ಆರ್ ಎಲ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲಲ್ಲಿ ಫುಲ್ ಬ್ರೈಟಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇರೋ ಇದು. ನೋಡ್ತಾ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾನು ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ರಿವ್ಯೂ ವಿಡಿಯೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಗ್ಯಾಪು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಏರ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಟನಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೋಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏರ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ದು ಇದು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಮೆಶ್ಶು. ಸೊ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಎರಡು ಕಡೆನೂ ಇದೆ ಅದು. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಗಾಡಿ ಫಾಸ್ಟಾಗಿ ಹೋದಂಗೆ ರ್ಯಾಮ್ ಏರ್ ಇಂಟೇಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಏರ್ ಟನಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಏರ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಪುಷ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ರ್ಯಾಮ್ ಏರ್ ಇಂಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಗಾಡಿಗೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಡ್ಲೈಟ್ ಹಿಂಗಿರೋದು. ಇದ್ರ ಹಳೆ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್ 1290 ಈ ಫೀಚರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಅದು ನೋಡೋಕೆ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ತುಂಬ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದೊಂಥರ ಸ್ಯಾವೇಜ್ ಲುಕ್ ಇದು. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. 1290ಗೂ 1390ಗೂ ಅಜಗಜಾಂತರ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸು. ಏರ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಇದೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟಫ್. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಗಾಡಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡಾಗಿದ್ದ ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಡ್ಯಾಡಿ ಮಮ್ಮಿಗೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ತೋರಿಸಿಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಅತ್ತೆ ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿರೋದು ಇದನ್ನು. ಮೊನ್ನೇನೋ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಿಸೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ, ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ಸೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೋ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾವನು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವರಷ್ಟೇ ನೋಡಿರೋದು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ತೋರ್ಸೋಣ ಗಾಡಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಓಕೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅವನಾ ನೋಡಿ, ಇನ್ನು ಓಡೋ ಮೀಟ್ರ್ 48 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ಸು. ಬರೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರು ಹಿಂಗೆ ನುಗ್ಗಿಸ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ ಜನ. ಎಳ್ದಾಕನ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗೆಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ 6500 RPM ವರೆಗೂ ನಾನು ರೆವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಗಾಡಿನ. ನೆನ್ನೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಯಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿದೆ. 6500 RPM ವರೆಗೂ ರೆವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸಡನ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಲರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಫುಲ್ ಥ್ರಾಟಲ್ ಹೋಗಬಾರ್ದು, ರೆಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, 1000 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ವರೆಗೂ. ಸೊ ಈ ಫ್ಲೈ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಹಾಕ್ಸಿರೋದು ಒಂಥರ ಸಕ್ಕದಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಒಂಥರ ಏನೋ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಕೊಂಬು ಕೊಟ್ಟಂಗಿದೆ ಗಾಡಿಗೆ. ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಆ ಫ್ಲೈ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್. ಯಾಪ್ಪ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನು ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಮಾರನೇ ದಿನಾನೇ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ದೂರ ತೊಗೊಂಡೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಬೈಕ್ ಫೀಚರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ. ಬಟ್ ಐಫೋನ್ದು ಫೈಲ್ಸು ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ರಿಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೈಟೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಹೋಗೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಆ ರೈಡ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಟು 400 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರೋದು ಗಾಡಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಇನ್ನೂ ಬರೀ 50 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಗೈತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಇವಾಗ 50 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ನೂ 950 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟ್ರ್ ಓಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್. ಏನು ಗುರು ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗಾಡಿ ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತಲೇ ಅನ್ಸಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾವನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಅವರೇ. ಹೋಲ್ಸೇಲಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಂದೇ ಸರಿ ಗಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ದಂಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬನ್ನಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಅತ್ತೆ ಹೆಂಗಿರು ನೋಡೋರೆ. ಏ ಬ್ರೋ ಕಮ್ ಆನ್, ಓಪನ್ ದ ಗೇಟ್. ಹಾಂ ಇದೆ ಹೊಸ ಗಾಡಿ. ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡು ಗೇಟು. ಅಂಕಲ್ ಇದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ತೋರಿಸಿಲ್ಲ, ಇವಾಗ ತೋರ್ಸೋಣ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಬ್ಬದ ದಿವಸನೇ ತೋರ್ಸೋಣ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು.
ಬ್ರೋ ಪನ್ನೀರ್ ಮಂಗವಾದೆ ಸರ್.
ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನ? ಹಾಂ ಅಂಕಲ್ ಇದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ತೋರಿಸಿಲ್ಲ, ಇವಾಗ ತೋರ್ಸೋಣ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಬ್ಬದ ದಿವಸನೇ ತೋರ್ಸೋಣ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಮೊನ್ನೆನೇ ತೊಗೊಂಬಂದ್ರಿ ಮನೆಗೆ, ಪೂಜೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಬ್ಲಾಗ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ ಬ್ಲಾಗ್. ಹಾಂ ಇರಲಿ ಬಿಡ್ರಿ, ಮನೇಲಿ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಸೂಟು ಬುಟ್ಟು ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಹೆಂಗೈತೆ ಗಾಡಿ? ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆಯಾ? KTM ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡು, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಅದು ಸಿರಿ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಒತ್ಪಣ, ಇದು ಕೀಲೆಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಮೇಲೆ. ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಡ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನೋಡು. ಹೆಂಗೈತೆ ಕಲರ್? ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದೇ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ನನ್ನ KTM ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬೈಕು, ಅದೂ ಆರೆಂಜೇ, ಬಟ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಇದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆರೆಂಜ್ ಇದೆ. 1350 cc ಇದು. ಸೇಮ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಿಫ್ಟ್. ಹಾಂ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೂಪರ್ ಬೈಕು ಹಂಗೆ ಬರೋದು. ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಬರ್ತೀಯಾ? ಪಂಚೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಚಿನಿ ಈ ಗಾಡೀಲಿ. ಓಡಿಸ್ತೀರ ಒಂದು ರೌಂಡು? ಇರು ಯಾಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು? ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ಏನಾರ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. ಹಾಂ ಅದೇ ಸೈಟಾಗಿ ನಿಲ್ಸೋಕ್ಕೆ ಗೇಟ್ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು. ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗಾಡಿಗಳನ್ನೇ ಎಳ್ದು ಬಿಸಾಕ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ ಬಚ್ಚ. ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಚಡ್ಡಿನ ಸಾಕಿತ್ತು, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ಯಾಂಟು? ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಡಿಲೀಟು. ಹಾಂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇರಿ ನಾನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಹಾಕೈತಾ? ಅದು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಷ್ಟೇ, ಅದೇನು ಗಾಡಿ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ತಡೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹತ್ರಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಹತ್ರಿ, ಏನಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಏನಾಗಲ್ಲ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಹಾಂ ಓಕೆ. ನನ್ನೇ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕು ನೀವು, ಬೇರೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ. ಗಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಂ ಏನಾಗಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ ಇವಾಗ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಆಗಿದಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನಾನು ಯಾರು ಓಡಿಸಿಲ್ಲ, ಮೆತ್ತಿಗೆ ಓಡಿಸಿದ್ದು ನಾನು. ಭಯ. ನೀವು ಬರ್ತೀರಾ ಡ್ಯಾಡ್ ಒಂದು ರೌಂಡು? ನೀವು ಬರ್ತೀರಾ ಒಂದು ರೌಂಡು?
ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ತೆಗೆದ್ರು. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜಾಕಿ ಕೂಡ ಅವತ್ತೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಡೆಲಿವರಿ ಈವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಅನ್ವೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಅವತ್ತೇ ಹೇಳಿದ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ತೆಗೆಸ್ಕೊಡೋ ಮಚ್ಚಲೆ ಒಂದು ಬೇಗ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಯ್ತು ಬಿಡಿ. ಸೊ ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾವನವರ ಮನೆ, ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರ DNT ಬ್ಲಾಗ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಇನ್ನೇನು ಅವರು ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬಂದಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. ಓಹೋ ಇವನು ಬೇರೆ ಅವನಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಅವನು ಚೋಟು. ಬರ್ತೀಯ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ರೌಂಡ್ ಚಿನಿ? ಬರ್ತೀಯಾ? ಬಾ ಬೇಗ. ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತದ್ದು. ಬಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು. ಏ ಬಾಸ್, ಹಾಂ ಏನು? ಇರೋ ನಿಮಿಷ ಏನೋ ಚಿನಿ? ನೀನು ಬರಬೇಕಾ? ಏನ್ರಲ್ಲಿ? ಬೈಕಲ್ಲ? ಓ ಮೈ ಗಾಡ್. ಇರೋ ಫಸ್ಟು ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ, ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂತ. ನಿಂಗೆ ಭಯ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಇರಪ್ಪ, ನೀನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮುಂದೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಓ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸೀಟ್ ಸಾಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡು, ನೀನು ಮುಂದೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡು ಬೆಸ್ಟು. ನೀನು ಹಿಂದೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ರಜು. ಇರೋ ನಾನು ಹತ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹತ್ತೋಂತೆ. ನೀನಿರು, ನಾನು ಹತ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ತಡಿ. ನಾನು ಹತ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಹಾಂ ಹತ್ತು ಇವಾಗ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಮೆತ್ತಿಗ್ರು ಡಮಾಲ್ ಡಿಬಿಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊತವ್ರಿ. ಹಾಂ ಜಾಗ ಆಯ್ತಾ ನಿಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಲೈ ಎಳಿಬೇಡ್ವೋ, ನನ್ನ ಯಾಕೋ ಎಳಿತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಓಕೆ ನಾವು ಹೋಗೋಣ. ನೀನು ತಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬಗ್ಸು. ಹಾಂ ಹಂಗೆ. ಹಾಂ ಫಾಸ್ಟಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಏಯ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಇವನು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಗು ಬರೋ ಅವನೇ. ಆಫ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಅಯ್ಯಮ್ಮ, ಹೇ ಗುಂಡ, ಖುಷಿನಾ? ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಬರ್ತೀಯಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರ್ತೀಯಾ? ಬಾ, ನೋಡಲ್ಲಿ. ಬೈರ್ತೀರ ನನಗಲ್ಲು. ಹೈಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಗಾಡಿ. ಹೈಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂಕಲ್, ಹೈಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಇರೋ ಒಂದು ಫೋಟೋ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಎತ್ತೀನಿ, ಅವಾಗಿಡಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬ್ರೈಟಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಆರೆಂಜ್. ಹ್ಞೂ ತುಂಬ ಹೈಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಏತರಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಆರೆಂಜ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಂಟ್ಸು ವೀಲ್ ಮೇಲೂ ಇದೆ. ರೇರ್ ಶಾಕ್ ಕೂಡ ಆರೆಂಜು, ಸೇಮ್ ನಮ್ಮ KTM ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಆರೆಂಜ್. ಅದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿರೋದಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಹಂಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ ಬಾಯ್. ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋರು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ, ಸಖತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವೈಡ್ ಇದೆ. ರೇರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಫ್ರಂಟು ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಆನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಡಿಯುತ್ತೆ. ಟಾಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೈನ್ ಬ್ರೆಂಬೋ ಇರೋದು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಆಕ್ಸಿಲರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಗಾಡಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬ್ರೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್ ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಡೇಂಜರು. ಲೈಟ್ ಥ್ರೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಈ ಗಾಡೀಲಿ ನಾನು. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಒ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅಭಿಲಾಷ್ ಅವರು, ಸಾಕಾಗಿದೆ ಇದು ಲೈಟ್ ಥ್ರೋ, ನೈಟ್ ರೈಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೂಪರಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅವತ್ತು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದಾಗ. ನೋಡಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಗುರು, ಇಷ್ಟು ಬೆಳಕಲ್ಲೇ ಸಖತ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರೋದು, ಲೋ ಬೀಮ್ಸ್ಗೊಂದು ಹೈ ಬೀಮ್ಸ್ಗೊಂದು ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಟ್ರು. ಸೊ ಇದು ಲೋ ಬೀಮ್ಸು, ಇದು ಹೈ ಬೀಮ್ಸ್ ಫುಲ್ ಲೈಟ್ಸು. ನೋಡಿ ಸಖತ್ ಬ್ರೈಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಲೈಟ್ಸು. ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ನೈಟ್ ರೈಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ ಡಾರ್ಲಿಂಗ್, ಸಿಗೋಣ ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಡಿಯೋನಲ್ಲಿ. ಸಿ ಯು ಸೂನ್, ಟಣ ಬಾಯ್.
Leclerc trying to fight this one, but as they now head towards the S's, it's Verstappen who's leading from Charles Leclerc. Sergio Perez ahead of Carlos Sainz. Is a Ferrari off, and it is Carlos Sainz into the barrier and out of the race.
Hands up.
Take me to the cake shop.
देखो किस उसेर बलोच जैसी नहीं होनी चाहिए और घर पे वेलकम अपने क्या नाम है वो मेजर के जैसा नहीं होना चाहिए। मेजर जब घर पे वेलकम हुआ उसके बाबा उसको ऐसा बातों से खुदन के मारे और बाकी बलोच की किस्मत दुबई में पहुंचा दिया, वहां पकड़ लिया, फिर वापस दुबई से आया, जेल में बैठा रहा। ये मैंने मीम देखा था। पॉइंट है कि नहीं? आरसीबी प्लेयर लाइक करो शेयर। पहले मैच के लिए तुम्हारा भाई ट्रैवल कर रहा बेंगलुरु बेंगलुरु यूआरबी आरसीबी 28 तारीख को ट्रैवल है। जबरदस्त ब्लॉग रिकॉर्ड करेंगे, ओपनिंग सेरेमनी रहेगी, आरसीबी जीतेगी, एकदम मजा आएगा। एसआरएच वर्सेस आरसीबी एक हेवी हाई स्कोरिंग गेम, 250 मिनिमम मार रहे और चेज होगा एकदम खतरनाक वाला, मजा आएगा। पब्लिक इट्स गोना बी अ फन मैच, एकदम टॉप नॉच टिकट बुक करना, एकदम मस्त व्यू वाली, होटल अच्छा बुक है, फ्लाइट अच्छी बुक है, मस्त ब्लॉग करेंगे, फाड़ देंगे। बाकी आज स्नैक्स मैक्स पे नया एपिसोड लॉन्च हुआ, पब्लिक वीडियो लॉन्च हुआ है, लाइव गया है, जाके देखो, जितने भी जिम वाले लड़के जाके देखो और प्यार दो वीडियो। बाकी फियर एंड फियर फर्स्ट वीक ऑफ अप्रैल में आएगा, शूट करना बाकी है, थोड़ा शेड्यूल लेफ्ट राइट हो रहा, जो चीज़ें लॉक करनी है, जिस क्रिएटर के साथ कर रहा हूँ उसकी डेट अलग आ रही है, जो लोकेशन पे होना है वो लोग अलग डेट दे रहे हैं, तो थोड़ा क्लैश हो रहा है, थोड़ा डिफिकल्टीज आ रही है, तो उसके लिए नज़र डालो चैट में, नज़र वाले इमोजी ताकि डिफिकल्टीज क्लियर हो और हम शूट कर पाएं। मज़ेदार वीडियो लाइक करो। जस्ट अभी जिम वाला ब्लॉग देखा, थैंक यू सो मच। अगर जो भी जिम वाला ब्लॉग अभी तक नहीं देखे जाके लाइक करो चैट। टिकट्स कहाँ से बुक करते हो? फिर से बोल रहा हूँ लाडले, इंडिया में जिधर भी मैच हो रहा या इंडिया का किधर भी मैच हो रहा, आईपीएल का जो भी मैच हो रहा, तुम्हारे भाई की टिकट कंफर्म है। वैसे कॉन्टैक्ट्स है। खाना लेके बहुत मस्त है। किए थे चिचा, अरे लव यू यार, असली में भी करेंगे, मिलो कभी। मुझे खेलना है आपके साथ मेरी जान, चाय वाला भाई, जरूर खेलेंगे। न्यू प्री ऑर्डर स्पिन चेकआउट करो चिचा, कर दिया ऑलरेडी, मैं उसको ऑर्डर भी कर दिया। ये रॉयल पास है, इस बार रॉयल पास भेजे नहीं बीजेएमआई वाले? क्या बीजेएमआई वालों ने रॉयल पास भेज? मां चॉकलेट, आंदो मां चॉकलेट, आ गया रॉयल पास, आ गया रॉयल पास, आ गया रॉयल पास, आ गया। यूसी भी भेज दिया बीजेएमआई वालों, थैंक यू सो मच क्राफ्टन, लव यू गाइस। एक बार क्राफ्टन के लिए डब्ल्यूज इन द चैट। रॉयल पास भी आ गया, अपग्रेड पास। W Crafton in the chat. देख UI देख रहे क्या? कितना जबरदस्त हो गया ना UI। भाई बहुत अच्छा है रे UI, एक्चुअली बहुत अच्छा है रे। है रे पब्लिक, है जबरदस्त, जबरदस्त है। यार मामला जबरदस्त है। मेरे पे वो कार्ड भी रहेगा ना, वो यूज कर पाऊँ। आरपी वाला जो कार्ड है ना ये रहा, इसकी मार्क के 49 लेवल पे क्यों है रे? एक लेवल बढ़ा। तेरे इमोजी जो लाफिंग वाला आने के पहले मैंने 50 कर दिया है, तो तेरा पोपट हो गया है। जो तू चैट में 49 लिख के हंसने वाला था ना, उसकी चकले लगा दिया रे। अब वो कमेंट को डिलीट कर रहे। लाइक कर चैट। कल वालों का वेट करते करते सो गया मेरे को डेश। लाला मैं वो स्नैक्स मैक्स का वीडियो एडिट कर रहा था। वेलकम टू सनन। आज करेंगे। A person hacked my ex account by which BGMI is linked. अपनी एक्स के पास जाओ, आईडी पासवर्ड पूछो। प्लस बाय थैंक यू फॉर 40। मेरे को नहीं मालूम रे, एक्स का तो मेरे को बिल्कुल कोई आइडिया नहीं कैसे रिकवर करते हैं। व्हाट्स ऑन जोकर बाय न्यू हाउस बहुत अलग बनता है। विन टॉक्स गेमिंग बाय थैंक यू 40। आप लोग कल देखे हो, मैं बहुत पहले जाके देख चुका हूँ। बस एक ही चीज बोलना चाहूंगा, नो नजर को मेरे नजर वाले इमोजीज के कमेंट्स में डालना और कुछ नहीं। That's it. और गुरु करे और तरक्की करे, यही मेरे हमेशा उसके लिए दुआ रहेगी भाई। और ज़्यादा कुछ बोलना नहीं, ज़्यादा कुछ बोलूँगा तो लोग आजकल मेरे को वो करते हैं भाई। मतलब मैं ना अभी थोड़ा वो कर रहा हूँ सोशल मीडिया पे ना, ज़्यादा वो क्या नॉर्मली नेचुरली भी कुछ नहीं कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि लोग है थोड़े यार, मतलब एक पर्टिकुलर ऑडियंस है जिनको लगता है कि कैमरे के लिए करता हूँ मैं, या कैमरे के लिए ये, या सोशल मीडिया के लिए करता हूँ, तो किसी ऑडियंस से दूर रहना चाहता हूँ। उसको पता है कि मैं जो भी हूँ और मेरे को पता है वो जो भी है, तो हमारे बीच तक ही रखना चाहता हूँ।
Hindustan Gold Company ಅವರಿಂದ
The red flag the race. So with a safety car out, the race has been red flagged.
It is easier on the outside, especially on a circuit you know that's very wet and you haven't really done many laps around since Friday.
You notice that most of the drivers, I think, starting in second gear because it's better in the rain. That was brilliant from Verstappen to go round the outside into turn one. Well, as Max Verstappen then reaches the final corner, we'll see if anyone does come in to the pit lane. But we're racing again here at Suzuka. The Japanese Grand Prix is go once more. Verstappen leads the way then down into turn one. Charles Leclerc follows on in second place. You could barely see Charles Leclerc as Max made his way into turn one. Then comes Perez, then comes Ocon, then comes Hamilton into the pits. Sebastian Vettel and Nicholas Latifi too have decided at the back of the field to take the gamble and go on to intermediate tyres. Leader pits, second place pits. Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc, and this is where the crews can make a huge difference. George Russell's in, Perez, Ocon, Alonso, no, he stays out. Hamilton also into the pits. Decent stop there for Max Verstappen, the double stacking there for Checo, as out comes Charles Leclerc, and in comes Lewis Hamilton. That just seemed choreographed, very neatly done. There is George Russell coming in as Esteban Ocon makes his way out onto the racetrack, and the race currently being led by Fernando Alonso, who stayed out, and Daniel Ricciardo with Mick Schumacher third, and then Max Verstappen in fourth on the intermediate tyres.
Fernando Alonso into the pits. It's not raining any harder, so I think the safety car, unless someone has an accident, is unlikely. That's Fernando straight in front of me, who pits. Nice stop, Alpine. Nice stop. Let's see where he ends up. There was and Daniel Ricciardo. There was very definitely an unsafe release of Lance Stroll into the path of a Haas. Maybe we'll see a replay.
And down the main straight, Max Verstappen on the intermediate tyres, getting past. Max Verstappen has taken the checkered flag to win the Japanese Grand Prix. It's a 12th win of the season. Leclerc goes across the rumble strip. Perez tries to get him on the outside of the final corner. Leclerc comes home to take second place ahead of Sergio Perez. They might have a look at that in the steward's room after this race. The winning margin at nearly 30 seconds. Nearly 30 seconds, and we only had 28 laps of racing.
That's crazy.
Charlie got a 5-second penalty there after the little sort of race we had with Sergio. World champion. Well, what can I say? Incredible, of course. very special also to do it here in front of all the Honda people, all the Japanese fans. Incredible. Yeah, but what a year though. It's been a real battle. He's off.
And Formula One is racing for the Spanish Grand Prix. It's going to be even. Immediately into the slipstream. Verstappen is holding the inside line. How brave is Carlos Sainz feeling? He's going wheel to wheel. Dare he go around the outside into turn one? He's run out of road. Hamilton is up to P3. Could get better. Contact. Lando Norris loses a bit of his front wing. George Russell was off the road in the background. Carlos Sainz got close. He did not get by. Hamilton up to P3. And then Sainz in second. Wheel to wheel goes the Aston Martin. Stroll trying to go around the outside. Disaster for Lando Norris. We've not seen much of him because of the overtaking action behind him on track. This is one of the few risks to Red Bull's race. You could say goodbye to that comment because it's 2.2 seconds, and that is a team and driver in the form of their lives at the moment as he chases a third Spanish Grand Prix victory today.
Well, yeah, 0.8 faster than we've seen some of the other pit crews. You know how much you have to work to gain 0.8 of a second out on track. So that is a perfect example in a digital world, just humans in perfect harmony.
Watch the grandstands, watch any camera angle we can find. If the ponchos go on, if we have the umbrellas going up, there is minor rain being reported over the circuit at the moment, and then it turns into major rain nearby, but crucially, our information not over the racetrack.
So it just spots around, and that's all that's been reported so far, and the lap times are coming in very quickly. Russell with the fastest lap, trading blows with Verstappen and Hamilton out front as well, so no lack of grip, even though there's a couple of spots on the visor which can sometimes just be a little bit disconcerting, can't it, David?
Yeah, kind of did. And we could be looking at a double podium here for Mercedes. The sort of pace that Russell's got, 6 seconds behind Sainz. He's going to eat into that Ferrari very quickly indeed. And the Spanish dream seems to be crumbling.
But even last season looks a much better prospect than this season for Ferrari.
Hey Max, thoughts on this time?
Oh, not amazing. And let's see a few more laps. I struggle a lot with like at the braking. The front is overheating.
It's an interesting way to describe it. Overheating. He's not locking and under-rotating and flat-spotting the tyre, but the tyre just isn't giving him the grip.
It's Red Bull going to work, soft tyres on. He really wasn't enjoying the hard tyre. He obviously had the margin. He's going to come out in the lead, having gone through all of that. They're well drilled enough not to worry about making any errors with the wheel guns. And Verstappen wanting most tyre available if we get drops of rain towards the end of the race, but I think that chance is receding. Just to update you on Max Verstappen, he's had the black and white warning flag for getting up to his last warning for track limits.
That was a third stroke on track limits.
Where?
Turn 10. You've now been given the black and white flag. You are 18 seconds ahead. Hamilton, no risks required.
What's my fastest lap?
Yours is a 17.3. Like I say, you've been given a black and white flag, so we cannot afford anything.
Verstappen has turned the whip up on that last lap and done a 1:16.3.
Okay, now can you bring it home within the white lines? Thank you.
Yeah.
He has been absolutely unchallenged. The man who won his first Grand Prix here in 2016 has swept them all away once again. Round the final corner for the final time, the Dutch driver will see the checkered flag first, and it's win number 40 in Formula One for Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen wins the Spanish Grand Prix to win 3 in a row, lead every lap, and dominate proceedings. At the Circuit de Catalunya, Barcelona, a brilliant performance.
Well controlled, Max. Another win.
Yeah, good race that. Again, very lovely notice.
Well done, Max. That was mega. Very well controlled, even though you went over the white lines a few times.
Yeah, just within the limit.
mean, it's a big pleasure, you know, to drive with a car like this. And I think, yeah, it showed again today. I mean, we had... Quite a lot of different tire strategies out there. I think for most of the race we're on the right one, but yeah, again, a win here, it's incredible.
Lance Stroll finds himself off the road on the formation lap, and he has got himself into difficulty at turn number 4. I think we're going to need an aborted start here because he's stuck in the gravel, and for the second year in a row, a car finds themselves out on the formation lap. We're down to 70 laps for the Grand Prix. The start is aborted. A second formation lap now in progress.
Could have been also parked in the wrong grid slot.
Yeah, all sorts of procedures have been breached here, Max. So should not have started.
Yeah, you have to wait for a green light.
Lando Norris noted for a starting procedure infringement. Did Lando begin the second formation lap before the green lights were illuminated? The Sao Paulo Grand Prix is underway from the line. Good reaction time for George Russell. The lead for George Russell. The Mercedes man gets by. Esteban Ocon forces his way past the two V-Cubs, or at least he's trying to. Yuki Tsunoda hangs on to third position as Lewis Hamilton is all over the curb. Here is Oscar Piastri toughing it out with Fernando Alonso. Alonso in the green Aston Martin, and now you've got Piastri moving out of the wheel tracks. They're on the intermediate tyres. They're looking for a way by. This is to turn number 4. This is a chance for Fernando Alonso. Wide moment now for Liam Lawson. Allows Alonso to keep the place on the way in, but Piastri kept it pinned on the way out, and he's able to go past the two-time world champion.
Now side by side, the Sauber on the Haas. Ollie Behrman trying to hold on that position.
And round goes Checo. Sergio Perez spins round the Red Bull, keeps the engine going, and he will rejoin. Norris, again, cannot convert into leading lap 1 of the contest. And through the spray, having a go at Lewis Hamilton, fighting his way through and taking 10th place. The man on the charge, the championship leader on the attack. Max Verstappen up to P10. Let's have a look at Oliver Behrman. He got a penalty, 10-second time penalty for causing a collision.
Ollie, we have a 10-second penalty for the collision with Colapinto.
All right, you didn't lose any time.
Max Verstappen looking to make another move up against Pierre Gasly, and Verstappen comfortably takes 9th position. And that was a replay of Max Verstappen getting past Fernando Alonso. Here we go with Max Verstappen in another league right now. Wasn't even a contest. The man showing us why he's a 3-time world champion. Max Verstappen hasn't won since the Spanish Grand Prix, and there won't be a contest there. That's the junior team not fighting the senior team. Another position gained. Lawson knows who he wants to join next year, and he doesn't fight it.
Piastri, I believe, on Lawson.
So yeah, this was the spin round for Liam Lawson from Oscar Piastri, and he got a 10-second penalty for this. Hulkenberg has spun. I can see it out of the commentary box window. There he is as the rain hammers down, and Hulkenberg, usually so reliable when the rain has gone off. Can the leaders make it through? It's getting right on the limit. This is all about keeping the car pointing in the right direction. The virtual safety car is out to neutralize the race. Control Alt Delete, and we go again.
All right. Well done.
George Russell cannot cope with the car on the circuit any longer. The top two felt the need to come into the pits and take on new tyres, and Russell gets out ahead. Esteban Ocon rolls the dice. He's hoping now for a full stoppage with these conditions.
Look at the water on the racetrack. They have absolutely got to be contemplating calling this one, which would be devastating for Russell and Norris.
And look at the plumes of spray. Look at Lando Norris going through. It's barely raceable out there, but the British driver gets past his countryman. That is a crucial move to move up to fourth position. And the safety car is finally deployed to neutralize the race. Big crash into the wall for Franco Colapinto. Colapinto finds the barriers. It is a red flag. The race is interrupted with Esteban Ocon, the leader, but that is how easy it is. Look at the damage it did. Confirmation that Hulkenberg received outside assistance, which is why he was shown the black flag. That flag is to disqualify a driver from the race. Esteban Ocon takes us back to racing conditions, and there's a good opportunity further back in the pack for a pass. Side-by-side moves further back, but the top five are in the same order. Charles Leclerc got up to P6. Lawson completing the point scorers at the moment, and off the road goes Lando Norris. Lando Norris, can he stay ahead of George Russell? They go into turn number 5, a moment of massive consequence, and who's going to get the inside line into the high-speed corner? Norris has to back out of it. Round the outside to take the place goes George Russell. There's different risk levels being taken, and there's the evidence off the road into the tarmac runoff for Oliver Behrman, who nudges the barriers. Can he escape from there to keep his race going? But you could see some drivers were cautious, some were attacking, and for Behrman, that's the result.
The tires on Lando Norris had 6. Everybody had 6. They all changed during that red flag. Oh, and we see the Ferrari going around.
Into the wall. Carlos Sainz can't keep it on the road, and he spins into the barrier to bring out the safety car once again.
And just immediately rear lockup. Into 8, that was a big hit.
Ocon leaving it late, but Ocon leaving the field behind. They're very tightly bunched up in the background. There's a big opportunity for Charles Leclerc. There's a big opportunity for George Russell, but a better one for Max Verstappen, who finds himself taking the lead as Lando Norris has gone off the road. The championship pendulum swings in one corner. Piastri gets past Norris, who drops down to 7th position as Verstappen goes from 17th on the grid to the lead in Brazil.
As Hamilton defending now against Liam Lawson at the top part of the racetrack, and now Lawson coming back on the inside into turn 8.
Can he find his way past Hamilton? Hamilton's deep. Hamilton's nearly off. Alonso is off as well and gaining another place.
You see the command now from McLaren to swap positions. That was expected. They didn't wait too long, which is the right thing to do now. Lando's got to be head down, attacking Russell.
And that's Russell up to 4th. And Russell is able to get past Charles Leclerc.
Don't expect that to be an issue. Russell didn't have to lift, didn't have to go off track to avoid the Ferrari, so no harm, no foul there.
In the Brazilian rain, the Dutchman has delivered a defining drive. He climbs the hill back to Grand Prix victory. Max Verstappen wins the Sao Paulo Grand Prix in 2024. 17th on the grid to the win, and punching the air with delight is Esteban Ocon, who takes his 4th career podium, and he will be joined by his teammate for his 5th career podium. And And for the first time in 11 years, Team Enstone have both cars on the podium. A defining win for the World Championship that leaves him with a 62-point lead. His first Grand Prix victory since back in June, and it was worth the wait. Roaring through the field in some style.
You know, starting P17, I knew that it was going to be a very tough race, but we stayed out of trouble. We made the right pair, of course, made that. Yeah.
Number one, there is the chop from Max Verstappen. He planned that and he's held the lead into the first turn. The places, Hamilton getting close to Hadjar, but it's in for Bortoleto drops to the back of the field in the Sauber, but at the front it is Max Verstappen who leads. There's a move to the inside, I believe, for Pierre Gasly, who was looking to and was getting close as well, but out front they're in the same order that they left the line. Gasly and Alonso are the only two getting their elbows out on this opening tour at Suzuka. You can see Gasly trying to get into a position to attack into the 130R, and that's the wise thing to do into a very fast left-hander.
Yeah, no thank you. Am I going to stick it around the outside of that corner on a full tank at the start of the race?
Let's go back to the start of the Grand Prix. You saw how Verstappen's car was pointed, and he got the start he needed to maintain the lead.
Yeah, just incredibly even. They're all line astern, the top four. The Mercedes are side by side further back. It's a narrow circuit, and a few drivers that did get good starts further back just had nowhere to use them.
It's going to be on board with Gabriel Bortoleto. He started in 17th, gets that poor launch off the line, and that's fine. But when you're on the hard tyre and the guys behind you are on the softs, say hello to the last place on the racetrack.
Yeah, caution, caution, caution. There's another car going to come past him there. Hard tyres v softs, as you say, and Bortoleto not really wanting to engage in any of them. So Alonso just wants to cut him off here, and he's going to just squeeze through the nose. And Gasly has to back out of it, but he really had no chance to stay in there anyway.
It's going to be Liam Lawson with the oversteer that allowed Yuki Tsunoda to get ahead of him on the opening lap.
Lawson fighting the car. Here we go. This is Sainz. Oh, get in there. Lovely pass at the hairpin. Saw him teared up from behind, but then you still don't know if he's actually going to have the minerals to go through with it. An easy chance to lock up as you're braking and turning, but lovely execution.
Lewis Hamilton trying to claim 7th position. This is the only DRS zone on the racetrack. That's a Ferrari getting past into turn number 1.
No fight from Hadjar, and through goes Hamilton. He had great grip through that chicane at the end of the lap, considering how close he was to the car ahead.
In comes Max Verstappen, in comes Lando Norris, over to the teams to get it right. We're looking at the pit stop for the top 2 in the Grand Prix.
I can't understand what McLaren are trying to do.
It's close. Go to the first turn. It's side by side between the 2 rivals for the championship. Lando Norris and Max Verstappen nearly coming together on the exit of the pit lane. And Max Verstappen maintains the track position, but we're going to have to look at that one again because it was the Grand Prix win on the line.
Forced me up.
Okay, we're on it.
This is Lando Norris coming into the pits. McLaren won the Constructors' Championship last year. It's why they get this entry back to the fast lane. Wait for Max Verstappen on the left-hand side. Side by side they go. Apply the power. And it was close on acceleration.
Yeah, it was. Norris actually got a great launch off the pit lane limiter.
He drove himself into the grass.
Yeah, we know the game, Max. As you are.
I tend to agree with Max on that one, really. I think it was just such a long shot for Lando to try and, but I don't think there'll be anything in that. Huge moment.
The top 2 contenders for Grand Prix victory in Japan, side by side on exit.
So Max is coming out of the pit. He holds Lando to the outside, and then he's just naturally heading to the grass. I mean, Max does not. He could be a lot kinder to Lando, to be fair. He could drive towards the white line and open the door for Norris, but Lando is being released onto the apron, and that space is naturally running out.
Most job seekers are wasting their time applying online, cold emailing recruiters and chasing referrals.
Lando Norris has the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but he's got 2.1 seconds between him and his title rival. If Verstappen wins this Grand Prix, if Lando Norris is second, 1 point in the Drivers' Championship. Early stages, but if you consider the advantage that McLaren have had across the first 3 weekends, that would be remarkable that the gap was only a point. And Sainz will just be trying to bring Albon into play. He's trying to break the toe. You can't make too many moves without race control getting awfully grumpy at you. And there is the move round the outside. And he plays no more games. Couldn't fight it anymore without being unfair. Up to 9th place for Isaac Hadjar. Crucial move with Albon closing it. This was close between Oliver Behrman and Carlos Sainz.
Massive late sweep to the inside for Behrman. I don't think Sainz saw him coming. Didn't need to be chopping across the hash like that. Sainz is having a pretty miserable day, actually, after that lovely early pass.
Lando's still saving. I think it should go soon. I think they have the pace to get back.
Yeah, that's a get on with it from Oscar there. Sitting in 3rd, he's really close to his teammate ahead.
This is Lando's pace.
Okay, Mercedes have the pace to get back.
Decision time for McLaren. Will they unleash Oscar Piastri to try and win the race, or is that too difficult an instruction to issue your fastest finisher in the championship last year?
Max, a bit of comms between the McLaren drivers trying to urge each other along. Just keep your head down. Pace is good. You'll find time to the end now.
McLaren have to swap them round here. If Norris cannot find some more pace, Piastri saying he thinks he can, you've at least got to see if he can back that up. Because I don't think Norris is winning this race, as things stand. They pitted at the same lap. Lando is 1.5 seconds away, and you can see how close that Oscar's able to close in their line of stern. I think there's only one McLaren that seems to be able to have the pace to fight here, and it's not the one ahead. So I think this is why McLaren should have swapped the positions. The pressure that Piastri is putting on Norris is far greater than anything Norris has put on Verstappen. They've waited and waited, and now actually Piastri's got a chance here.
Well, he's going to try and take 2nd place. You can see Lando recharging and Oscar Piastri not getting the help from the team. So the point that Jodian's making is that this is the best part of the racetrack for Lando Norris, but it's the final part of the racetrack to try and set up that overtake where Piastri looks really strong. It was an utterly sensational pole position to deny the McLarens yesterday. He'll be checking the left mirror and the right mirror. They're still there. He's still P1 after 53 laps. The first man to win 4 in a row around Suzuka circuit. Max Verstappen takes the checkered flag to win in Honda colors in Japan. Max Verstappen wins the Japanese Grand Prix to deny Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri the contenders for the title, separated by 2.1 seconds across the line. Driving brilliance from Max Verstappen.
Just perfection, Max. Fantastic.
Wow! Thank you guys. Wow. Oh mate, what an unbelievable weekend. What a great turnaround after the difficult start. You see, we never give up. We keep pushing together. Well done everyone.
This is Oscar Piastri seeing his teammate with that lock up at the end of the race.
Shaking.
And providing a bit of commentary for us as well. A 64th Grand Prix victory and one to savour for Max Verstappen, who beat Lando Norris by 1.4 seconds. Oscar Piastri with a podium on his birthday, and then it was Charles Leclerc ahead of George Russell. The top six staying as they started. Lewis Hamilton improved up to 7th. Isaac Hadjar got his first points in Formula 1, and it was Alex Albon and Ollie Behrman rounding out the top 10. And our battle in Brazil begins when the 5 red lights go out. The Sao Paulo Grand Prix is underway, and we're racing down to turn number 1. Antonelli does not get the launch off the line, but Lando Norris felt the need to go to the inside line. He chops across. It's very, very close between Hadjar and Piastri, and Hadjar backed out of it there significantly, knowing that he was racing a championship contender. Liam Lawson has got up to 6th position. Antonelli's weaving to try and get temperature in the tyres. Still, Hadjar puts the pressure on Oscar Piastri, but he's maintained 4th position. Norris, Antonelli, Leclerc and Piastri, the top 4. That's George Russell trying to go side by side with Pierre Gasly, who pinched the position off him, and Russell's back up to P7.
But he's lost a place to Liam Lawson, who's come through. So both Racing Bulls went on the offense from the start. Alonso's running wide, will rejoin there, but also trying to scrap for a place in the top 10. Brave from Piastri on that first lap. Hadjar's got nothing to lose. He's on a soft tyre. They went wheel to wheel, and turning it in for the right-hander at turn 2 just felt like a risky move, but he left the space and is rewarded with 4th position still.
Oh, the home favourites in the barrier. We had a mixed-up grid. We got a safety car.
There's Lewis Hamilton with loads of damage in the background, so Hamilton has tripped over someone.
Oh, and that is such a shame for Gabriel Bortoleto. That's the closest a barrier is really at any part of the infield section. And then in the end, the contact with the Aston Martin.
Stroll pushed me out. Yeah, he just turned if I was not there.
Whoa, that's big speed. 15th and final turn of the racetrack. Hamilton trying to pull out of the slipstream and get past the Alpine. This is what it looked like on board. Colapinto is the car ahead. Oliver Behrman getting to the inside of Pierre Gasly. Behrman hoping for more yesterday. Still equaled his personal best in Formula 1 qualifying. And here he goes, but I don't think there's going to be much breathing room down to turn number 1. Charles Leclerc's got to run. Oscar Piastri's got to run. 3 wide into turn number 1. How brave is Piastri feeling? He hits Antonelli, who hits Charles Leclerc, and Piastri will be up to 2nd position. But that's a dramatic moment, and there's no tyre on the Ferrari for Charles Leclerc. Piastri went all in, and contact with the top 2 as they plummet down the hill. It's Norris and Piastri, the top 2 in the race.
Antonelli holds on ahead of Hadjar, so the Racing Bulls move on even more. Has he got damage? Hadjar applying pressure, Lawson applying pressure too. Oh, it was a brave move from Piastri again. I think he had to go for it there. He had such a good run on the safety car restart. So it's a bad restart from Antonelli. That allows Leclerc, but Leclerc has to back off because he's going to clear Antonelli before the start-finish line. Piastri's down the inside. It's obviously unlucky there for Leclerc. It's a tangle between Antonelli and Piastri. Piastri is there on the inside. He locks up in the end because he realises Antonelli's going to come across and he doesn't want to tangle.
Oscar Piastri has been given a 10-second time penalty. This is Yuki Tsunoda. Oh, with the incident, and then he's going to tag round Stroll. It's a 10-second time penalty for Yuki Tsunoda for causing a collision. Verstappen has come into the pit lane, and he has changed to the medium tyre.
So we think we picked up a front right puncture, Max. And that was the reason for the box.
The virtual safety car is ending. It can be withdrawn at any moment. It's not the start-finish line for this, and the two contenders for the title are separated by hardly anything down to turn number 1. Lando Norris having to check his mirrors because Oscar Piastri will just continue the aggressive form. He's got no choice now. DRS is enabled. There are a crucial couple of laps coming your way.
Russell's just cleared Lawson. That's what's happened on that restart. So Lawson dropped back. Russell's got more grip and more speed, and he'll get DRS again.
And this time, he's got an inside line which is dry, in sharp contrast to yesterday. Through goes George Russell to 4th position.
Verstappen on Hamilton.
This is the battle for 15th position, but Hamilton's looking for moves. That's a late-breaking move from Oliver Behrman to take P6. And if we wait back, we'll see Max Verstappen doing the same thing. 15th position for Max Verstappen. He gets past Hamilton, who's got damage on the car. Another position about to be gained by Max Verstappen. Oliver Behrman has come into the pits. Carlos Sainz has come into the pits, and it now means that Max Verstappen takes his place back in the points. The reason that they built this racetrack at this part of the world is because the ground shifts all the time. Another position shifts for Max Verstappen, who's gone from the pit lane to 5th as to the inside. At turn 1 goes Nico Hülkenberg. He goes past Fernando Alonso.
Nico Hülkenberg here for breaking down into 1.
That was defensive from Alexander Albon. Oh, it's tight between the two of them, but Hülkenberg gets by and takes P6. Both drivers yet to stop. Another great move at the first turn. This will be agony for Oscar Piastri, and then it is going to be such an important stop for McLaren, an exit of the pit lane. Max Verstappen takes the position on track. The driver who started from the pit lane goes past the man who started P4 on the grid. Oh, is there going to be a gap? Always epic when we cut to it late. Oliver Behrman getting to the apex, got to leave a width for a car. Behrman trying to get past Hülkenberg. Hülkenberg, who's been on these soft tyres for 12 laps. Behrman on the more durable medium, and it's fresher. Now can he go around the outside as we go to turn 4? Behrman's run continues, there was room. And Behrman gets by, he's up to P7. And Verstappen, having held the lead from starting in the pit lane, hands it back to Lando Norris. Lando Norris takes back the lead, 2.5 seconds. Antonelli up to 2nd. Where does Verstappen come out?
It's been a fairly vulnerable tyre this match, so yeah, do your best.
I'll take the loose.
And Oscar Piastri is P6.
This weekend looked really promising at the start. He was back to a good pace in practice.
Going for the dive bomb move on Liam Lawson. Those two made contact 1 year ago. No problem this time. 36-lap-old medium tyres belong to Liam Lawson. That's why there's no contest for Oliver Behrman to get by. The driver who started from the pit lane, who is currently in P4 with the DRS open, heading to 200 miles an hour with Russell hugging the inside line, and Max Verstappen getting by from the pit lane to the podium. It's inspired stuff at Interlagos once again for Max Verstappen. Fastest in practice, sprint pole, sprint victory, Grand Prix pole, and the Grand Prix win. Lando Norris wins the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Kimi Antonelli in the final meters, but Max Verstappen is charging up behind. It's the final meters of the Grand Prix, and it's Kimi Antonelli who hangs on by 0.3 of a second.
Amazing job, mate. Amazing job. Whole weekend on it.
Yeah, well done. Nice race, well executed. Good job all weekend. Not quite a big enough gap for my liking though, so definitely some things to look at. Let's keep it going. Thanks, guys.
Many were praising Mexico City as his finest drive.
Thank you.